So my name is Christine Hong. I am a Presbyterian. I belong to the Presbyterian Church USA. And I am the Associate for Theology, Interfaith Relations for the Presbyterian Church. I am a cradle Presbyterian. So I come from a line of Methodists and Presbyterians, and my parents happened to choose the Presbyterian side. We have strong roots in the Christian tradition on both sides of my family in Korea. And so I came to Christianity just through my parents, and primarily because the stories that they told around their faith tradition had to do with the stories they told around their personal narrative, typically around stories of immigration, and particularly with my grandparents, stories of, I guess, fleeing North Korea. So that's how I understand Christianity, sort of as being forever tied to the family narratives.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it was when I was just sitting in class one day and the class was talking about interreligious relationships, when I realized I really didn't like that word, other, because it makes it sound as if this person and I have nothing in common, and it almost kind of strips that human quality from another individual and strips the context. And so I even have a reaction against that word, and I don't like otherizing in any way, even to say the religious other. So I tend not to use that word or to use it in a specific context. And so that was a really big moment for me in realizing that, oh, part of encountering other people of different traditions or no traditions is to stop labeling them and allowing for them to self-determine who they are and who they want to be in relationship to me and who they would like me to be in relationship to them. Sure. I think that a lot of faith groups, and Presbyterians included, do a lot of outreach and justice work through interdisciplinary means, such as first responders. We have Presbyterian disaster assistance. Doctors do this all the time. Even, we have 2 immigration lawyers in Louisville that tackle issues of immigration around presbyteries and Presbyterian congregations and advocacy in that way. And so I think that faith groups, because it's so central as a value to their faith to do social justice, have done this well on their own. But there are just some issues in this world that are bigger than our own hands can grasp on their own. And so the power of interfaith work and interdisciplinary interfaith work is that if you have a group of Presbyterian doctors working in a certain region, to connect that with a coalition of Hindu doctors working in a particular region, because the reason is the same, the cause is the same, and it's the faith and the traditions that drive us to heal the world. And so what we could make a larger impact if we work together. We reinvented the wheel. And I think that we really learn about each other's humanity when we do work like that together around justice. I would like to see us talk about issues of generational siloing in interfaith work. I do see with every generation that sort of rises alongside the older generation that there is a tendency to silo out and say these are the old modalities of functioning and these are the new modalities of functioning and the new technology that fosters that. But I do think that there is value in bridging those 2 communities. And no one will do that for us. The interfaith community has to do that for itself. And part of that is working in more collaborative ways and not sort of looking to just hand off or provide a particular type of inheritance for a new generation, which I think has been the model in many years past. But to say, the generation that's older isn't going anywhere, and they've provided a particular foundation on which we stand. But also, the newer generation of interfaith, workers aren't necessarily looking to repeat the different models that have been used in the past, and that frankly may not be as effective anymore. I'm not saying they were never effective, but that they weren't as effective. And I think that if we can tackle that internal issue, and that's an issue we can only work on our own, I think that our impact would be greater, and our capacity to do work without reinventing the wheel would be deeper.
Mm-hmm.